Okay, good morning everyone. Yeah, we'll continue from the previous meeting about sociolinguistics. Yeah, now we're going to discuss about two things. Yeah, the first, yeah, about the Pidgin and Creole, and then the second one, yeah, we are going to discuss about what is it? Language contact. Now, wait, I will change the sharing. Yeah, from it. As you can see first, yeah, in Pigeon and Girl actually had been explained, yeah, in introductions to linguistics, yeah. Once again, yeah, now we will know more details, yeah, related with the Pidgin and Creoles, and also the several samples from this. Yeah. What is Pidgin and what is Creole? Yeah, to start with that understanding, yeah, we need to know about the language contact itself. Yeah, the first, if we talk about language contacts, yeah, later on we can create those changing through Pidgin and Creole. Yeah, this is the samples of Pidgin and Creoles. Yeah, in several places in this world. Yeah, if we talk about Pidgin and Creole, yeah, these characteristics and origin of Pidgin and Creole is taken from Routledge, yeah, from Jenkins, World Englishes. Yeah, we will have Pidgin that is expanded, yeah, expanded Pidgin, and then about the Creole origin, yeah, asal mulanya dari mana, and then the history, yeah, from Pidgin to Creoles, yeah. There's a movement from Pidgin to Creole. And then the samples, we have Hawaiian Creole English, development in the UK and the US, and so on. Yeah. First, yeah, if we talk about Pidgin, yeah, because of language contact, of course, there is a contact, yeah, at least two languages, yeah. Yeah, this is limited function. If we talk about Pidgin, yeah, it is limited. For example, for trading, ya, berdagang seperti itu ya. For trading, when we talk about Nusantara, ya, in Indonesia it's called by Nusantara. There was a trading among several tribes in Indonesia, in Nusantara, and they use Melayu. Melayu, yeah, is lingua franca. But if we have this specific Pidgin, yeah, it is not like lingua franca that spread out, yeah, through a larger places. Yeah, maybe it is in one place, then there is a trading, and then there is kind of language contact, yeah, from non-native speakers, yeah, to others. That there are several languages become one. Nah, the characteristic first, limited function, and then the second, no native speakers, nobody mother tongue, because this is the combination. This is the new form of language, because of language contact, and it doesn't bring like lingua franca. If lingua franca, we have Melayu. Melayu has people that speaks Melayu or Malay, right? And then that's mother tongue. But for Pidgin, this is the combination. So that's why there is no native speakers yet. Yeah, previously, and it comes into contact, and then they create Pidgin. Yeah, contact languages, the third one, involving at least two, often three different language groups. Yeah, what we have talked about. Yeah, then the fourth, that is, yeah, it is the product of multilingual situation in which those who wish to communicate must find or improvise a simple language system that will be enable them to do so. So this is the first, what is that? Sequence, yeah, different sequence because of trading, because of several language contact and other situations. Yeah, so there are two or more languages that become one, and they make a contact, and they don't use one mother tongue, but they combine, and then they can communicate it with that simple language system. Okay, that is pidgin. Then the origin, actually this is the origin ya, asal mulanya. At that time, so pidgin is the stereotypical case are formed when speakers of one language engage in trade with speakers of another or work on plantations, yeah, managed by speakers of another. The original one, yeah, the origin is on the plantation situations and neither knows of the other's language, yeah. This one, yeah, because of the origin, yeah, we talk about the history. In plantation setting, yeah, their manual function is to enable workers to communicate with each other. Yeah, since plantation laborers very often do not speak the same language. Yeah, because of the situations, yeah, there are 2 or often 3 different language and no native speaker, limited function, yeah, and then it comes into product. And then this is the first thing first, yeah, the origin. Nah, in general, yeah, it's already developed. Pidgin is very simple languages that develop just linguistically, yeah, and functionally enough to satisfy their purpose. So linguistically and functionally enough. So this is successful because the function is limited, right? The purpose is limited and this is simple. Yeah, usually involved. This is usually not always, yeah, because so far from the data, yeah, usually involve a European language. For example, English. Yeah, an introduction to linguistics. We know about this, the language of the world. Please read it about it again. Then you can see the European language, ya. Bahasa-bahasa Indo-Europea itu mana? Indo-European. Then and non-European language. Very often the situations, yeah, we talk about pidgin, is one in which there is an imbalance of power among the languages. Yeah, there is imbalance. Yeah, the speakers of one language dominate the speakers of other languages economically and socially. Yeah, mostly we talk about this point. Yeah, mostly usually involve European languages, right? At that time, we can call it kind of trading first, then there is a colonization, ya, penjajahan dan lain-lain. That's one language that dominate because of the country, ya. Then the other one it's combined with the other of minority or the one who got dominated. Then the other one, yeah, the next that is the superstratum language supplies most of vocabulary, yeah, new domain of use for non-European. So this is like domains, yeah, domain from for non-Europeans because mungkin karena dijajah, ada perdagangan dan lain-lain digabungkan dengan bahasa bahasa ya dengan suku-suku yang ada di sekitar, lalu tercipta adanya pidgin itu dengan mayoritas vocabulary-nya dimodifikasi dari ya bahasa yang dominan. Nah, tetapi itu merupakan gabungan nanti ya. The substratum language supplies much of the grammar. Nah, teorinya seperti ini ya. Karena sudah melekat ke yang menggunakan kan non European ya, misalnya daerah-daerah di Timur Leste ya. Nah, kalau strukturnya biasanya yang mendominasi adalah the one who got dominated in the structure, in the grammar, is about the substratum language. Super itu yang dominan tadi, sub itu yang tidak dominan. Yang dominan biasanya ya supplies the vocabulary, then those the substratum ya that is not dominant one supplies the grammar. Okay, then pidgin is expanded, ya dikembangkan. Pidgin usually have limited lifespan. Ya, because of the simple and limited purpose, right? Ya, it can die. Ya, seperti bahasa kalau secara keseluruhan itu dia long span tapi dia bisa mati. Apalagi yang bahasa baru terbentuk ya. Karena interaksi, karena kebutuhan singkat ya. Those can be die. Ya, when the interaction that they serve end. For example, the end of a trade route. Nah, misalnya ada jalur sutra, jalurnya sudah tidak dipakai lagi ya, so it can make that Pidgin die. Pidgin will survive longer if at least two substratum language groups are involved. Nah, ini at least ya, two substratum language groups are involved. For example, ya, non-European language groups not in frequent contact with each other until arrival of transoceanic trade, ya, will continue the use of pidgins created. Jadi sudah setelah misalnya tadi tujuannya tercapai, perdagangannya selesai misalnya. Nah, ada dua hal tersebut yang menggabungkan satu sama lain menggunakan pidgin tadi. Nah, itu bisa berlanjut ya. Atau ada hal lain, nanti kita bicara Creole. So, the pidgin becomes a link language among the non-Europeans ya, who sometimes continue to develop and use it after the Europeans have left. Sometimes ya. True in many, this is the fact ya, the data. True in many West African countries. Contohnya in West African, South Pacific Island ya, Sierra Leone, Story of English and so on. So it can become an expanded pidgin, like the Nigerian pidgin, Genesis, and remain in wide use, yeah, because it's already expanded. Grammar and vocabulary expand as types of interactions, yeah, become broader and more complex, but still no native speaker, yeah, because it is created, and each of them has their native speaker, their native origin of the language, ya, to make it easily to communicate each other, so it's expanded. Then there is the fact like in Sierra Leone and etc. Nah, this one, ya, this one under certain circumstances bisa nggak ada native? Ada, can start to have native speaker. Now, this one, imagine that as trade along the rivers and the coastal area continue to expand, yeah, community, ultimately cities develop in which speakers of different non-European language interact frequently for many purposes. Nah, hanya karena adanya itu kan perdagangan di sepanjang sungai, lalu muncul kota-kota, nah itu bisa ada native-nya. The only language that they share is the pidgin. Nah, misalnya di Jalur itu ya bahasa yang dipakai itu bahasa yang diciptakan antar kontak tadi, yaitu the pidgin ya. If women and men from different native language backgrounds meet frequently and externally marry, they can only communicate with each other in the pidgin. What happens when they have children? Nah, kalau punya anak gimana? What happens? What language will their children speak? Ya, the children will be native speaker of the pidgin and they will grow up with other children. Ya, ini cerita secara jarak jauhnya ya, the long period ya. Will grow up at other children having similar language backgrounds ya. As they grow up and become involved in the broad range of activity ya, karena sudah berkembang banyak keturunannya ya. They have shared activities like education, music, religion ya. Their language becomes more complex in terms of grammar, vocabulary, and discourse. Nah, ini sudah turun-temurun, makanya kalau sudah ada enak itu disebut Creole. Ya, the pidgin has now developed into a Creole, which is the mother tongue of a community. Nah, tadi asal mulanya kalau pidgin they have no native speaker, kalau sudah dia menciptakan sampai turun-temurun, diucapkan lalu menjadi mother tongue itu sudah menjadi Creole. Nah, Creole can become dominant languages of communities and even post-colonial nation. Nah, sama seperti Jamaika, itu Creole. Haiti, ya. Creoles often coexist with standard dialect of a former colonial European language in that context, which remains the language of official power. Thus, Creole is often defined as a pidgin that has become the first language of a new generations of the speaker. Karena ini sudah ada generasi-generasi yang menjadikannya itu sebagai bahasa, makanya disebut sebagai mother tongue. Lalu ini adalah disebut Creole. Ya. Creole arise when pidgins become mother tongue. A Creole, therefore, is a normal language in almost every sense. Ya. A Creole is a pidgin which has expanded in structure and vocabulary to express. Karena tadi more complex ya, jadi sudah more complex vocabulary, structure sampai discourse-nya. To express the range of meanings and serve the range of functions ya required of a first language. Contoh-contohnya ya, nanti yang contoh-contoh simple saja. You can read the materials ya. This is the samples ya, English-based pidgin and Creole ya, from Hawaiian Creole. The other one ya, to Pisin. Nah, tepat saja ya. From Pidgin and Creole ya. Ini contohnya ya. Yang tadi contoh-contohnya. Karakteristik of Pidgin and Creole ini bisa dilihat dari vocabulary-nya, pronunciation, grammar, and social function. Ya, ini contoh-contohnya. Contoh-contoh teman-teman baca sendiri ya. This is the samples of some Pidgin and Creole sample ya, 5 vowel sounds, AOD, for example this one. Simplification of consonant cluster. Kadang perubahannya ada di sini ya. Conflations of consonant sounds ya. F bukan P ya, ND bukan N, KS bukan KIS ya. Large number of homophone ya. Thing ya, misalnya jadi sama itu antara thing and thing, benda dan yang berpikir verb. Nah, and so on. This is a sample of pronunciation. Sample of social function, for example, Pidgin limited range of social function ya, as contact languages used for minimal communication. Nah, sekarang kalau extended Pidgin and Creoles itu wider ya, wide range of social function. Contohnya social functionnya bisa untuk oral and written literature, education, mass media ya, advertising, religion, and etc. Ya. Di London ada yang berkembang ya, London Jamaican ya. Ya, dari Caribbean pertama lalu berkembang di London. Ya, Jamaican Creole grammatical rules. Ini teman-teman you can read it first. Ya, these are examples ya from Ebonics ya. Ya, and Hawaiian Pidgin. That's about Pidgin and Creole ya. The key is about ya Pidgin, language contact, 2 or more languages become one. They can communicate with that modification, right? But they are not the native speaker of Creole, yeah. They have their own mother tongue. They have their own mother tongue, yeah. And then it's developed. It's more complex. It's create some long span, and they have children. They have grandchildren that speaks about it, yeah. And broader contact, yeah, it comes into Creole. Now we go to codes, yeah, as our second subtopics, yeah, in this meeting. Code in social linguistics, yeah. Here, code refers to language or a variety of language, yeah. This is quite easy for you, yeah, because codes mostly, yeah, done from several research, yeah. You can elaborate from your own, yeah, by yourself, yeah, related with codes, yeah. The term is useful because it is neutral, because code is neutral. Now in code, yeah, we are familiar with code switching and code mixing. I just want to remind you about this because you have got it in Introduction to Linguistics, yeah. Language contact, once again, yeah, language contact can create Pidgin and then later on become Creole. But the other one, yeah, this language contact may lead to coexistence of 2 or more languages. And then diaglosa, it means languages used in different domains, like classical and spoken Arabic, yeah. And this one in Malay dialects, yeah. That's why it's possible for them to mixing or switching in frequent Yeah, this is the origin one. Yeah. Code switching and mixing. Yeah, the differences here. The key. Yeah, code switching intersentential change. Yeah, from one language or dialect to another, mean another language, sentence or utterance in one language. And then how about code mixing? Code mixing is intrasentential to inside. Tadi kalau change from one to another languages or dialect, this one inside a sentence, elements of one language incorporated in another word, phrases, or particles. Yeah, so this is inside a sentence. If the other one change from one language or dialect after sentences, right? Difficult to distinguish from borrowing. What is single? Let's go. Makan. Nah, key may be acquisitions of morphological, ya, orthographical, phonological feature, ya, like diskriminasikan itu loan word, hati-hati karena dalam code switching and code mixing kita harus memberikan dengan kata serapan. Kalau kata serapan kan discriminate, lalu didiskriminasikan. Nah, it's a loan word. Nah, so we must know about it. Attitude, ya, the attitude, ya, not a subject of a serious study until recently. Then often, ya, stigmatized, ya, like this is in Malaya, ya, bahasa rojak, mungkin stigmatized. Then the other one, ya, like lazy, etc. Ya, treat to languages, ya, often confused with language change or death, and also borrowing. Remember, ya, we must make it different with the language change of that. Okay, then next. Code mixing often precedes language shift or death. Yeah, then East Sutherland Gaelic, for example, Hungarian to German, shift in upper word. This is the samples, yeah. But may also occur in stable bilingual situation. This stable bilingual situation is it can be also existed. Yeah, then how is the effect? Yeah, the effective causes, yeah. Change of mood itu bisa in upper words switch to German add force to a statement. And the other samples in Haiti, ya, patois French Creole is used to express intimacy. Kalau ada code switching, standard French to create social distance. Ya, tiba-tiba dia switch ke standard French. Oh, tadi social distance. Ya, kadang mungkin bicara lalu ada yang dia ingin menekankan ke social distance, ya akan switch to standard French and extra, ya. In Paraguay, jokes and insult are in Guarani rather than Spanish. Misalnya speak in Spanish dan change itu Guarani. Oh, mau bercanda, make a joke, lalu Guarani, then again with Spanish, then oh, you want to insult, Guarani. That's some effective causes based on several research, ya. So you need to elaborate it more. Yeah, then next, Taiwanese Chinese, ya, use English, obscenities, words of affection, ya, banyak fungsinya ini, ya. Di Malay misalnya you, misalnya orang ngomong Malay, ya, lalu bilang, kau nggak cakap-cakap, you punya apa? Misalnya you because neutral, misalnya penggantian ke bahasa Inggris dengan pronoun you, make it neutral. Ya, there are samples, ya. Another affective causes, social causes, ya. Languages associated with domain, with for a minute. Okay, we continue, ya, with code switching, indicate passage from one domain to another. Then in Malay, maybe mother scold children in English, yeah, for problems at school. Then in Malay for neglecting religious obligations. Well, this one, yeah. Then for the others, yeah, social solidarity, yeah, maybe we can find it in African countries, yeah. Africans often address strangers in lingua franca, for example, Swahili, English Pidgin or Creole, ya, Lingala, Zulu, Hausa, ya. Switch to another language if form same ethnic group. Nah, kelihatan nanti ya, in Africa they will switch if they have the same, and then they will use maybe lingua franca or in English or something like that, English Pidgin, from the social solidarity. Then the other one you can look at the samples, we have another samples here, then for example in lawyers, in English lawyers they usually switch with or mix, with Latin phrases, because of the origin word, from the law field, maybe from Latin, then they switch with this, Okay, maybe France in 19th century at that time, before World War, they mix and switch with Russia and Italy, Then the other factors is about political causes, code mixings, might indicate political identity. For example, in Irish phrases, by Irish nationalists, Arabic phrases by conservative in Iran and Indonesia. Those are sample, for political causes. Now, after got the materials, related with language contact, Pidgin and Creole. Then we got the codes, code switching and code mixing, You can reread and rewatch this sharing, once again, and you can elaborate from others' material. Then don't forget, to still study and read the other forum, and then we got the ASN, assignment 1, this week. Okay, mind about it, and do the ASN on time, Good luck. Thank you very much, Goodbye.